Vienna in the 1700s was a city of ceremony and survival. It was an imperial capital on the edge of empires, home to roughly 200,000 people by the mid-18th century, a place of music, power, fear, and constant movement. In this video, I use modern AI tools to bring historic paintings, engravings, and prints to life, allowing us to shift perspective, change camera angles, and move through the same scenes in ways their original artists never could. By stepping inside these images, we don't just look at Vienna, we walk through it. First, I want to talk about the heart of the city itself. This view shows Vienna in the early 1700s, still tightly held within its massive fortifications. By the late 17th century, these walls had already saved the city once, most famously during the Ottoman siege of 1683. In the foreground, the stone ramparts rise thick and angular, earthworks and bastions stretch outward, stripped of trees for clear lines of fire. Below, soldiers patrol slowly. Their boots scrape stone. Cannons sit silent, but ready. Daily life presses right up against the defenses. Vendors sell bread to guards. Messengers hurry through gates before nightfall. The air smells of damp earth, iron, and wood smoke. But tension never leaves this place. The memory of siege lingers. Disease spreads easily in crowded quarters. Food shortages are always a risk when gates close. These walls mattered because they made Vienna a border city, a shield between Central Europe and the Ottoman world. By the late 1700s, however, the walls began to lose their military purpose. They would eventually be dismantled in the 19th century, replaced by the Ringstrasse. Today, this defensive line survives only in traces, but its curve still shapes Vienna's modern streets. This view shows St. Stephen's Cathedral dominating the skyline. By the 1700s, it was already centuries old. Its patterned roof glints above the dense city below. In the midground, narrow streets funnel people toward its doors. Church bells echo across rooftops. Inside, candlelight flickers against stone columns darkened by time. Daily life revolves around this place. Baptisms, funerals, market days. Pilgrims kneel beside merchants and servants. But danger is never far. Fires regularly threaten nearby buildings. Plague outbreaks, including the Great Epidemic of 1713, fill the cathedral with prayers for mercy. St. Stephen's mattered because it was Vienna's spiritual anchor, a symbol of continuity during war and reform. Over the century, Baroque additions reshaped its interior. Music filled its nave in new ways. Remarkably, this is a site you can still visit today. The heart of Vienna remains exactly here. This view shows the Hofburg, seat of Habsburg power. By the reign of Emperor Charles VI and later Maria Theresa, it had grown into a sprawling complex. In the foreground, guards stand rigid in polished uniforms. Carriages roll through wide courtyards. Above, windows glow with candlelight late into the night. Daily life here is ritualized. Audiences, paperwork, ceremonies. Courtiers whisper, clerks hurry, servants vanish through side doors. But politics are tense. Wars of succession strain the treasury. Every decision echoes across Europe. The Hofburg mattered because this is where an empire was governed, from Spain's former territories to Hungary and Bohemia. By the late 1700s, reforms under Joseph II reshaped court life. More efficiency. Less ceremony. Today, the Hofburg still stands, now a museum complex. Power replaced by memory. This view shows the Graben, one of Vienna's busiest streets. By the early 1700s, it had become a commercial spine. In the foreground, shops spill onto cobblestones, silks, spices, wigs, and gloves. Fountains splash softly between crowds. Daily life is loud here. Horse hooves, shouting vendors, foreign accents. The smell of perfume mixes with sewage. Crowding brings danger. Pickpockets work the masses. Carriages collide. Disease spreads fast. The Graben mattered because it connected wealth and visibility. To walk here was to be seen. Over time, Baroque facades replaced medieval ones. The street grew grander. Today, it remains one of Vienna's main pedestrian avenues, This view shows a market square near dawn. By the 1700s, food supply was a daily concern. In the midground, farmers unload carts, cabbages, fish, grain sacks. Women haggle sharply. Daily life here is survival. Prices rise after bad harvests. Bread riots are not unheard of. Authorities watch closely. Scales are inspected. Cheating can mean jail. These markets mattered because hunger could topple order. Feeding Vienna was a political task. Later reforms standardized weights and pricing. Today, markets remain part of the city's rhythm, though no longer so fragile. This view shows the Danube Canal, Vienna's watery artery. By the 1700s, it was essential for trade. Boats drift past warehouses. Sailors shout. Cranes creak. The water smells of algae and waste. Daily life flows with the river. Wine barrels arrive. Timber floats downstream. News travels fast by boat. Flooding is a constant threat. Spring thaws can destroy docks overnight. The canal mattered because it tied Vienna to Europe's economy. Later engineering projects tamed the river's course. Today, this same waterway still cuts through the city. This view shows a newly renovated baroque church. By the mid-1700s, this style defined Vienna. Gold leaf glows. Ceilings dissolve into painted skies. Music fills the space. Daily life includes concerts, sermons, and processions. Faith and art merge, but critics emerge. Some see excess. Others see control. These churches mattered because they expressed Catholic power after the Reformation. Later centuries favored restraint. Today, these interiors remain some of Vienna's most visited spaces. This view shows the Pestsäule, erected after the 1713 plague. A towering spiral of stone and angels. People pause here. They cross themselves. They remember the dead. Disease shaped the city as much as war. Quarantines, mass graves, fear. The column mattered as a promise, a vow never to forget. It still stands today, unchanged. This view shows a low-ceiling tavern at night. By the 1700s, these spaces were everywhere. Candles flicker, beer sloshes, laughter erupts. Daily life unwinds here. Music, gossip, arguments, police raids are common. Drunken fights turn deadly. These taverns mattered because this is where public opinion formed. Today, Vienna's cafe culture grew from places like this. This view shows the city settling into evening. Church bells fade, gates close, smoke rises from thousands of chimneys. The city breathes. Vienna in the 1700s was fragile, yet it endured. By stepping through these reconstructed scenes, the past feels close, almost reachable. If there's another city, moment, or scene you'd like to explore this way, let me know in the comments. Again, thank you so much.